Three huge top 25 college football matchups for this Friday, November the 28th, and all three are in-state rivalries. Georgia, Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, Texas, Arizona, Arizona State. I've got free plays and analysis for all three of these big games Friday, right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with your college football top 25 report, part one for Friday. And for the first time ever, I will have a second college football top 25 report for Saturday. There's four more games I want to talk about on the Saturday card. So we're doing two videos for you this week. Hey, look, Thanksgiving week is always loaded with great college football, and we're taking advantage of it. So once again, all three of your top 25 Friday games here. And then be sure to click subscribe and click that bell for an instant alert so you know when the Saturday top 25 video is posted this week as well. All right, let's start off at 3:30 Eastern. The first game is on ABC National TV. Number 4, Georgia at number 23, Georgia Tech. Of course, I'm using the playoff rankings, the college football playoff rankings. Georgia number 4, Georgia Tech number 23. And as expected, Georgia's a substantial favorite in this game. 2-touchdown favorite to be exact. Well, almost 2 touchdowns. Depends on when you look. 13.5 in most spots, but some other spots have gone to that key number of 14. First thing I'll point out is that third year under Brent Key, Georgia Tech has been a feisty underdog in this rivalry series the last 2 years. Taking Georgia to the wire both times. An 8-point loss as a 24.5-point home dog 2 years ago. And then last year at Georgia, a narrow 44-42 loss as a 17-point road dog. So they've covered easily as big dogs the last 2 years with Brent Key at the helm. And I think they got a chance of covering again this season at plus 14 or more especially. And I once again like them only at plus 14 or more because that is such a key number. And I really want to get the full 2 touchdowns and extra points working to our advantage. Now, Georgia has a substantial defensive edge in this game. I don't even rank Georgia Tech barely in the top 70, and Georgia's a top 10 defense. However, Georgia Tech is a top 20 offense and just a few spots behind Georgia. Offenses are pretty equal in this game, and I think the Rambling Wreck also has some backdoor cover potential if needed late in this game, and Georgia might get caught looking ahead a little bit to some bigger games on deck, playoffs, championships, whatever. And also keep in mind it's a huge step up in class for Georgia as they just had a lackluster game against Charlotte last week. Didn't even score the point spread. 43-point favorite. They only won 35-3. Obviously, not much of a tune-up game for them. Whereas, yes, Georgia Tech comes in losing 2 of their last 3. The wheels have somewhat come off, but I think that this is an in-state rival home dog spot. They will regain their focus, and because of the recent 0-3 spread run, we're getting some extra line value as well. In fact, just some basic math can prove it. On the season, Georgia's been 16 points, outscored their opponents by 16. Schedule that's 5 tougher, that's plus 21. Georgia Tech, meanwhile, has outscored their opponents by 9.5 against a schedule. It's about a point easier, 8.5. So once again, we're talking about 21 to 8.5. That's 13.5 points. Add about 3 points at least for home field. We're talking about a fair line around 10 to 10.5. So this line is inflated based on recent results, and I think there's some value with Georgia Tech at plus 14 or more. Shop around as both 13.5s and 14s are currently available. That's at 3:30 Eastern on ABC National TV. ABC's got another good one at 7:30 Eastern Friday night. Number 3 Texas A&M against number 16 Texas. And on the surface, it might look strange to see one of the only 3 undefeated teams in college football just laying a couple points on the road. But keep in mind, when the season began, 3 months, just over 2 months ago, about almost 3 months ago, late August, early September, Texas was the number 1 team in the country, and they were the team to beat, and now they're a home dog to Texas A&M. And A&M lost this game last year. Texas won 17-7, and it was actually a real blowout. They had over a 200-yard total edge in offense, and they really held A&M in check. And I think, once again, it's going to probably be a correlated side in total if you look at this one. Just like last year with the Texas and the undercover, I think this one also correlates Texas and the under, A&M to the over. So depending on how you like the side, it's going to probably dictate also how you like the total. And by the way, many of you ask about parlays in the comments below, and comment away. I read the comments, I reply back. Happy to answer any sports betting questions you might have, especially if you're new to WagerTalk or sports betting in general. Somebody asked the other week, how do you make a good parlay? And in general, parlays are terrible plays. The house edge is huge, and they're just going to eat away. You're better off playing single bets, and that's how I play all my best bets for my clients at WagerTalk.com. That's how I release them. But I do point out occasionally, as I've done in some of these videos this year, that the only time a parlay makes a decent play is if the side and total are correlated. And you could probably make an argument that Texas and the under, because they're the much better defensive team here, is correlated. Whereas if it's a shootout, that probably favors A&M. I think the defensive dog plays here. I make this game around to pick 'em, and I do like Texas plus the points. Now, it's currently plus 2, 2.5. Would like to get that key number of 3 by Friday night. We'll see if it occurs. Some of the more square books do have 2.5. I even see a 2.5 minus 15 in one of the biggest public books in the world. So I would wait. Maybe you get a plus 3, but some of the sharper books are only dealing 1.5, 2. So I do think we have a little bit of a sharp square divide in this game. Sharp money on Texas, square public money on Texas A&M, and I do rate A&M as a very good team on both sides of the ball, but once again, the Longhorns I still rate as the better defensive squad in this game. Yes, A&M holds a substantial offensive edge, but Texas has played the tougher schedule. They have the better defense, and they have home field advantage as a dog in this game. And also, let's point out something else about this game that, as I mentioned with the Georgia game, big step up in class for Texas A&M as they had a cupcake game last week against Samford. And you could say, well, they stayed healthy. They were able to rest starters. I'm not sure that gets you ready to step up the very next week, whereas Texas is battle-tested after playing a very good offensive Arkansas team, and the Texas offense did wake up last week with 52 points. In fact, Texas has now scored 34 points or more in 3 of their last 4 conference games after doing that just twice in all their other previous games this season. So I do think they're starting to click, and they're a little bit of an underrated team now. Texas Longhorns live dog in this game at plus 2, 2.5. Definitely would like it more if you can get that key number of plus 3. That's at 7:30 Eastern Friday night on ABC. All right, your third and final top 25 matchup for Friday is a top 25 matchup in the playoff rankings, which I'm using playoffs, but they're not even ranked. Neither team is ranked in the AP poll. This is very interesting to talk about, and we are talking about it, though, because they're ranked in the playoffs. That's number 25, Arizona, against number 20, Arizona State. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Friday night on Fox National TV. And as I mentioned, Arizona is 25th in the playoff ranking after being unranked last week. Arizona State was 25th last week, and now they've bumped up 5 spots to number 20 overall after their blowout win over Colorado, 42-17. But as I mentioned in the AP poll, I always look at the additional votes to try to find some games that are just a bit outside. This one normally would have been one of those just a bit outside games because neither of these teams are even in the AP top 25 this week. Arizona State comes in 26th. They're getting the most additional votes, almost double anybody else. And then Arizona's coming in 29th. They're the 4th most additional votes. So I wanted to point that out to you. By the way, in the coaches poll, Arizona State 26th, and Arizona's coming in around 30th or 31st, I believe. So neither of these teams is ranked in the other 2 polls. So the playoffs rankings have them both rated higher than the overall coaches and AP poll. I don't pay too much attention to that, but once again, I just wanted to point it out as I thought it was a unique situation. I'm actually going to look at the total in this game, and I like the under 48, 48.5 in this one between 2 pretty good defensive teams in this one, between Arizona and Arizona State. Both defenses, I think, hold the edge in this game, and Arizona State's offense is definitely weaker than Arizona's offense, and that's why the Wildcats are installed as about a 1.5 to 2 point road favorite in this one. It's because they hold the offensive edge in this game. But Arizona State's played a much tougher schedule, and I actually rate them equal defensively. And overall, the math once again favors the under in this game. We look at the defensive matchups here. Arizona's been strong this year against the pass, just 5.4 yards per pass allowed against teams that average 7.1. Arizona State is not a good passing team. They're below average, 6.6 against teams that allow 6.9. What Arizona State does well is run the ball, almost 200 yards a game, 5 yards a carry. That'll keep the clock moving and shorten the game. And Arizona also very mediocre both running and throwing the ball this year, be taking on a very solid Arizona State defense that's giving up just 5.1 yards per play. And they give up just 6.7 yards per pass against teams that allow average 7.7. So Arizona State a yard per pass better than average, and Arizona a yard and a half per pass better than average. 2 very strong pass defenses against 2 mediocre passing offenses. I like the under in this one, under 48.5. And we also get some value in this game as I make a fair total around just 44. So I'd take a look at the under at 9 Eastern on Fox between Arizona and Arizona State. Hey, there you go. Those are your 3 top 25 matchups for Friday. Normally I do this video for the Saturday games, but we had such a great card this Friday with 3 top 25 matchups. I wanted to give you a bonus top 25 video. But as I mentioned, I have 4 more games for this Saturday's card I'm going to break down and analyze as well. Some more top 25, actually 3 top 25 games Saturday and a bonus game as well. So 3 games here for Friday. Be sure to check the Saturday 4-game video for additional top 25 report. A 2-for-1 Thanksgiving special. It's a Thanksgiving miracle. Black Friday into Saturday. Hey, what are your plans this week for Thanksgiving? Drop them in the comments below. I read the comments. I reply back. What's your favorite side dish or your least favorite side dish, however you want to approach it? More importantly, though, what best bets do you like on the Friday card? Which sides or totals in college football? Hey, if you want to drop some Saturday games as well, nothing wrong with that. Include some analysis if you have time. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. And while I do read the comments and reply back, love the support here. All I truly ask if you're liking these videos is a quick thumbs up like. Smash that thumbs up like, takes 2 seconds, and I will keep these free play videos coming each and every day right here for you free on Wager Talk TV. As I mentioned earlier, click subscribe and click that bell as well for an instant alert so you know when all the daily free play videos are posted, including the Saturday Top 25 report as well here on Wager Talk TV. Click subscribe and click that bell for instant alerts. Now, over the week, I give you all the weeknight college football games, the Thursday, Friday NFL games this week. Of course, Fade the Public, also Sunday, Monday Night Football. I give you anywhere from 15 to 20 free football plays each and every week. I've been doing it all season. Most of these are light leans only. Obviously, when I'm giving you 15 or 20 spotlight games, most of them are going to be light TV leans only. Sometimes they make my best bet card, but if you're playing all these games, treat them maybe as 1% of bankroll. If you want official best bets, though, the 4% of bankroll best bets are my official plays, the games I'm actually using. And there's only one way to get them, and that's to be a direct client at WagerTalk.com. And right now, there's a great special this week, a Thanksgiving special, 7 days all access for just $67. Now, normally it's $99 for a 7-day package. It's just $67 this week because I want all of you on board this very profitable time of year for college and pro football and college and pro basketball. 4 major sports going. Get 7 days and nights for just $67. No promo code needed. Thanksgiving special is available right now on my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Or if you want to get the rest of November free, it's still available. If you sign up for December, you get the rest of November free. Take advantage of this final week of November and get it all for free through Sunday. Why wait till Monday, December 1st? Don't wait till Cyber Monday. Sign up now in advance. You get the rest of November included for free. All sports, all access. Or the final option, if you're taking a serious investment approach, is the 1-year all access, and you can still get an instant $500 discount. No promo code needed. That gets it down to about $1 a play for every college and pro football, basketball, and all of next year's baseball best bets as well. 365 days all access with an instant $500 discount gets it down to about $1 a play, every day and night. Doesn't matter if you want the 1 week, the 1 month, the 1 year. Every client gets the exact same best bets I'm personally using each day, and it's always been that way since I started over 29 years ago in August of 1996 as a full-time professional handicapper and bettor. If I'm using a game, every client gets it each and every day, exclusively at WagerTalk.com. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And oh, by the way, while you're there, you can find these special offers on the main page right above the daily free play. That's right. Last cut from my best bet card each day goes up as a bonus opinion, as a strong opinion for free. So if you're new to handicapping, if you're building your bankroll, if you're doing your own handicapping, make it part of your daily routine to go to my page every day to get the free play with analysis. And while you're there, check out the special offers and my strong best bets, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And hey, get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. On the way out, don't forget to follow me on social media on X and Instagram at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, MERRIL, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because you know there's more free play videos, including that Saturday college football top 25 report, coming up next.